right, Charles, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Step into that microphone a little bit.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing great. So, welcome to the City of Angels Women in Film Film Festival. This is Pod Brother Nation, just so you know what network you're on.
What pod?
Pod Brother Nation.
Pod Brother Nation. Okay.
Yeah. So, tell us your name and the name of your production company and your film.
Okay, my name is Charles Burnett, Charles Burnett Production, and I did several films, independent and feature documentaries and things like that. The Sleep with Anger, Killer of Sheep, and My Brother's Wedding, The Glass Shield, and The Wedding, and a bunch of other films.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And where are you residing now? Are you here?
Right here in L.A.
Right here in California. Okay.
Yep.
So you're right in the thick of things.
Yeah, but I live on the other side of the hill where it's cooler.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know you were excited about getting your film in this film festival. How do you feel the movement of women in film is going in the industry? Do you think it's?
I think it's moving along. I don't think it should. It's not as fast as it should be, and it should have happened a long time ago. You know, it's like people of color. You know, they've been around on the fringes and things like that, and then, you know, there's been a lot more activity. But I think it really helps to have, you know, their narratives told from their point of view and perspective. So
Okay.
I hope it works out.
Yeah.
And this festival is doing a lot to make that happen.
What women inspired you to be a filmmaker?
I've always interested in camera and being a photographer, but never had the opportunity. I wanted to be a photojournalist, but that ended very shortly. I bought a 35mm camera, and I was in this neighborhood, like near Watts, but it was like anything in South Central was called Watts. So anyway, there was this young lady who had died of an overdose in this course, like projects. And so I had just got this 35mm camera, so I was gonna go out and just start my photojournalism right then and there. I started shooting, you know, this poor girl who was dead, and the police didn't stop me or anything. You know, I was just all over the place, just shooting, and I was surprised that no one pulled me aside and said, "Don't do this." But there was this young girl who had like cerebral palsy or something, and she lived in the neighborhood, and I think she was related to the young lady who was dead. And she came up to me, and I was changing film, and she came up and she sort of hobbled up and she said, you know, like, well, why are you taking pictures? And I said, I didn't know what to say. I said something stupid like, oh, just for fun. And she said, even of tragedies? And she said it in such a way where it just stuck me right to the heart, you know, and I just put everything away, and that was into my photojournalism. I just stuck to film, you know, making but I always wanted to do film because I used to go to the movies a lot, and I got interested in photography, particularly black and white photography, by all the great black and white photographers. Mm-hmm. And then I was interested in story. I was taking a creative writing class by Isabel Ziegler, who taught at LACC, and I think that inspired me to sort of tell stories, and plus, you know, it was right after the civil rights movement and marches and things like that, and protests. So as a black person, an artist, you felt obligated to do something that would improve, you know, human relationships, and particularly the perspective of black people. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I came about. And then we were at UCLA, so like responding to the negative stereotypes in Hollywood. And we had, when more black people came to USC and people of color, we formed this group that tried to ask, what is a black film and what do we need to do? And there was a teacher by the name of L.C.L. Taylor who promoted this thing called Film and Social Change in third world cinema. And so that which gave us some sort of guidance of what we should be doing.
That's awesome. That's encouraging and inspirational. So tell us again your full name, your production company, and where can we find you on the social medias?
Okay, my name is Charles Burnett, and I have Charles Burnett Productions. You can look at my name, Charles Burnett. Several of my films are out. Criterion is distributing some, and so is Milestone Films. And so you can find them there. You can look it up on the internet, and you see my work.
That's awesome. Thank you for stopping by, and
it's my pleasure.
Much luck to your future projects. And
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.